and welcome to Summer Sparking Good Time. So today's video is going to be a WIP and chat, but I'm going to show you the canvas before we get into it because this is the one I had like major math error when I was doing my sections, and I was just too tired on that day of filming to go back and fix it. So it's divided into, what is it, 7 columns and 6 rows. It should have been like 6 by 5, but I messed up somewhere, so it's okay. So I have already done the first 2 columns on this bottom row, and I'm going to be working on this one. I just wanted to let you guys see, because when you get close to it, it looks really odd if you don't know that we're doing like this leg section here in her like gown and the blanket. So I just wanted you guys to see the overall view of where we're going to be working before we jump into it. And if you'll give me a second, I will get us set up. Okay, so now that we're back, I got it zoomed in. This kit is from Oraloa, so it comes in these resealable baggies. So I just kitted this up the easiest way I could think of. So they're just done in 5 rows because there's 50 colors. 50 colors. Okay, and so I have been testing out the new Diamond Art Club tray. I'm not a fan of their stopper, and I'm not real big on lids, period, unless I'm like on my Belle Art de Nicole Max tray. When I'm using like one color predominantly in a kit, I'll use that. But I've been testing out this tray, and I'm not mad at it. So we're going to use it a little bit more. And like I said, this is just the one that comes with your Diamond Art Club kits, the newer ones, and I'm not mad at it at all. My pen today is my silver and black and clear resin Norse Alchemist pen. I do have what it says is a 7 thin metal placer, but this is picking up on average 8 for me. And I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't know if it was mismarked or mispackaged, but like I can do 7, but I can also do 8. I just have this normal standard brass tip on this side, and on this end I have a glue dot, and on this end I'm using the, where did it go? Just the little extra putty that comes with the Diamond Art Club kits with the new pen. The new pens look like, where'd it go? I just had it. There it is. It is running away from me. So the new pens that look like this, the Diamond Art Club pen, this both came with my burnt offerings. But I'm just testing out the putty in my 7 placer to see what's going on. You did it. If I get irritated with this tray, I do have my mini-made tray here, the large size, so we'll see. But I've actually really been liking this. Like, they slide out really easy. Okay, so let's go ahead and do, what should I do? It says yeah. Let's go do the A's because they're jumping out at me real quick. So A's, I don't even know. What I noticed is I use the wider, oh, here's 4s. I see a bunch of 4s. I'm using the wider washi tape, and so I don't have my legend not visible. I'm regretting that decision. I'm like, that doesn't happen with my whiteboard tape. I really like the way that this washi looked next to it, but we shall see. So I don't even remember the last time I think the last time I gave a trendy update. So we'll start with that. So like, maybe we won't start with that. So in July, I did a lot of filming differently than I normally do it. I did some behind the scenes filming because it was requested, and I had a really good response to the videos, the 2 major ones. The one where I filmed myself and choosing my August lineup because apparently I do it differently and dragging them all out and having a discussion with myself is not normal. Well, that's how I do it. And so I will be doing that again in August for September's lineup. And we'll see if that video continues to get this, to do well. And then I filmed basically the entire preparation of my August lineup. There is a straggler who just jumped in here. Do I care? Not really. Don't really care. Let's see. Let's see. So in July, my niece came from the 21st through. I don't know how I feel about this buddy, you guys. And this multiplacer. I feel like it's driving me crazy. How do I say this? I feel like if it gets anywhere lower than the edge, it doesn't grab your drills. And it's a little bit stringy, but not as stringy as I had seen in some other review videos of the previous putty. So I think they might be working on it, but for me, it's not there yet. I might play with it a little bit more later, but not why I'm trying to film a whip and shot. So let's get some of this. My old faithful Edison off Amazon putty. I don't know if I'm just not getting the putty as deep into the this new and into the new placer. I'm like, am I the problem? Is it me? I hope it's not me. Okay, let's just see what we got going on. So now I have my pink big sheet of putty that what is that? Where did this stroke come from? Come off. This is a 1. I know that. So my niece came. We went up and down the California coast, took her to Pier 39 in Monterey, the Museum Mécanique. If you have seen The Princess Diaries, that is the museum that Mia takes Queen, whatever her name is, Julie Andrews' character, to where they are doing it's like the antique arcade, basically. And she was really cool, and she got to play the game that was on that movie, and so she was like, oh, yay. We just had a good time, and then she went shopping a lot with my mother, and I am not a clothes shopper. That is not my idea of fun, so I was like, you all have fun. Nancy and are like, we'll pass. Just not our thing. Then we went up to Colombia, but my niece was not feeling good. I think she just was not prepared coming from the Denver area for the 110 plus heat of California. Plus, we're in fire season. Oh my gosh, the park fire. The last time I looked it up, it was like the 7th largest fire in California history. It is not good. Oh, like it is not okay. It's a bad, bad fire. They're comparing it to the Camp Fire from 2018, and that one was really bad. And then I guess it came out that this new park fire was caused by arson from a guy who I guess just got out of prison after being in there for 20 years. I mean, allegedly, he was arrested. I mean, he hasn't had his day in court, but allegedly, that is how the fire started. The good news is it wasn't a PG&E, which is our power company's problem, so therefore our rates won't go up again, because every time there's a fire and it's their fault, our rates go up. I don't understand how that works, but okay. Let's see. What else we got going on? So after that, we went over and played bingo at Chicken Ranch Casino. And I won one of the early bird specials. Woohoo! It's only $250 pot, but hey, at least I won something. I got to yell the bingo. We didn't play at the casino because now that they built the new part, that part has alcohol in it, so you have to be 21 to play over there. And the part that's separated that does not have alcohol license is not open, so she could only play bingo because there's no alcohol at bingo. What else? What else? Oh, they approved finally, like just this week, Trinity's lung biopsy. There was a problem with the CPG codes that were submitted on that, and apparently someone transposed a number because the code that ends in 80 is lung removal, and the one that ends in 08 is biopsy. You would think they wouldn't have it like that, but they do. And so the reason that we were having such a hard time getting that approved was it was my Trinity's insurance was not approving them to remove her lung. Thank you. Don't approve that. But we got it all fixed, and Trinity's lung biopsy is now scheduled for next Thursday, the 8th of August. We'll be getting her lung biopsy. And we got the approval for her new port placement. We're just waiting on scheduling for that. Nurse Benny, who comes every month to do her infusion, is going to be super excited about that because poor lady spends hours trying to get Trinity's IV started because Trinity's veins are they're just worn out. They're just worn out. Plus, her disease is a vasculitis, so if she's having a bad vein day, it's even worse. So, yay, we're getting a port again. And this time she's going to hate life, but she's not leaving the house until I am 100% sure that that surgical site is 1% healed, because I still don't understand how I honestly feel like something happened in the hospital where it got infected because it was so fast that the infection happened. We're not having it placed at the same hospital we had the first one done. I was adamant about that because I still think something happened there. But that's neither here nor there. So we're having it done somewhere else. And that will hopefully be happening in August or September. She had it placed in December of last year. And it's been taking us this long to make sure that everything was good for us to have it redone. And I feel so bad because she has to have labs drawn. She has to have infusions every time we go to the hospital for something. Like, they don't listen, and they don't realize when we tell you she's a hard stick, we're not trying to like brag. We're telling you, be prepared. It's a bad time. But her pulmonologist had given her some medication, like a pharmaceutical sample, when we were there on July 9th. And she took those, and they really seem to help. Like, she's able to like stay up and be more active during the day. They are testing her for narcolepsy. Because what we see of narcolepsy on like TV and the movies is not like the true narcolepsy. But I have never looked into narcolepsy. I never even thought to look into narcolepsy for her. I'm like, why would I? Well, that's what the pulmonologist thinks is going on with her. And I'm like, great. Sure. Fabulous. So, and the medicine for it helped. So I'm like, oh no. Oh no, Fluffy. So we'll wait and see what's happening there. And then I'm like, what else is happening? Oh, they finally got her approved for her endocrinologist to be back up at UCSF instead of local in the Valley, because They make us do this thing the insurance does where we have to go to, like, to a local place first, and then the local place, like, typically will take one like a training and say no. With her medical history, they're like want nothing to do with her because she's so medically complex. Like every time you see like a report about Trendy, like the first thing that says medically complex patient. Da, da, da. I'm like, it scares people. Stop putting that. And so we got that one switched. Me and Susan have been texting, that's her case manager for the insurance. We've been on the phone and texting a lot to get everything done. Somehow the neurologist referral has disappeared, and apparently there's not a place in the valley to be tested for narcolepsy. Apparently that's not something that's done common, and I still don't understand. They basically, the doctor told Trinity and I that she's going to go to this testing center and they're going to offer her 5 naps. And she's like, sounds like fun. And I'm like, I don't think you're supposed to want to do that. And she's like, not a problem. She did get the spine MRI done that we had to have done for the ortho lady, Dr. whatever her name is, Zhang. And then we'd already had the x-rays done, so they're going to test to see. They were doing those to make sure that everything is good since the last time she had surgery on her spine, which was done in 2021. It was supposed to be in 2020, and then COVID hit, so everything got delayed. But Trinity's having her legs go numb again, which is never a good sign. It's not as bad as it was in 2019 and 2020, but we've had, I think, 2 falls recently from it. And it just makes her mad because she's like, it's just not there anymore. And then she's like, it's not like pins and needles, it's just like not there. And I'm like, oh yeah, that can't be fun. A little bit scary. But it's her opposite leg than what was happening back in 2019. So it's the other leg. I'm like, oh joy. Oh joy. But she is all scheduled to start school August 12th. She signed up for all online classes except for band, and she is still trying to, like, get through her sophomore year of college. She's like, am I ever going to make it through it? And I'm like, well, if you can make it through a semester without them making you do a medical withdrawal, yeah. So this time we did all except for the band class, which is 1 unit, are online. So hopefully, even if there's problems, she should be able to try to maintain, unless, it's just too stressful. But we have hope because they're only online classes this time. We're hopeful. And that's all I can do is be hopeful. Because, oh, I forgot that I have my microphone on a headband and I just touched my head. I'm sorry if that made a noise. Oh, yeah. So, mostly entertaining my niece. Trying to get all of Trinity's medical stuff situated and sorted and ready to go. That has been my life since the last time I did a WIP and chat where I talked. It's been a lot. But you do what you got to do, right? And that's all you can do is. Trinity's medical stuff makes me tired. Oh, and then we were supposed to be going to a birthday party for my cousin Shelly, my tonight year yesterday. It was her 50th birthday, but her and her daughter just tested positive for COVID. And I'm like, oh no, because me and Trinity just hugged them on Wednesday and they tested positive for COVID on Thursday. And I'm like, if I get COVID again, after I just had it in March and April, I will be so mad because, like, I thought I was going to die. It was trendy, it was like nothing for her. As soon as I realized what was going on, we got her on meds. And so she had basically a light cold. I was at death's door. Like, there was multiple days where I was like, oh, do I go to the hospital or am I okay? I made it through, but I didn't. I get it again. I will be so mad. So now, like, if my throat feels a little icky, I'm like, oh no, because that's what happened to me in March. Like, I thought I had felt like my throat was like sore. Like, I hadn't felt a sore throat like that since like high school when I had like strep, where you're out there in the petri dishes of germs. And that's what I felt like I was coming down with. I had taken Trinity for the sleep study. It was like late at night, and I thought, oh, well, maybe you're just overly tired because you had to take her in late, and then I had to go pick her up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. It's the craziest thing. Um, but like, no, I was sick. I was super sick, and now I feel like I have a little bit of a sore throat today, but I'm not sure if it's really a sore throat or if I'm having a little bit of like indigestion type, that kind of burny sore throat. Does that make sense? So I'm like, okay, Summer, there's a test in there. Should you test? Because if we have COVID in the house, Trinity will not be getting her biopsy done on Wednesday. Thursday is when it's scheduled. And I'm like, oh no, it took so long to get this fixed. And I mean, people didn't know they had COVID. I mean, they didn't know they'd been exposed. So, I mean, life happens. And now I'm sitting here going, oh, not again, not again. Did not care for it. I had managed to avoid it. Didn't get it in 2020 or 2021 or 2022 or 2023. No, 2024 got me. I'm hoping I don't get a double whammy since I've been so careful. I really, really hope not. I really, really, really hope not. And like today, it's been like super overcast, and I'm like, the air quality is poop because when you live in the Central Valley and there's a fire in the valley, we all know it. We all know it. The air quality is crap. Like, just severe crap. But here's what it is. And I wonder if that might be one of the reasons my throat's a little sore too, is I've had the door open because it hasn't been as hot because of the cloud coverage, because of the smoke coverage actually. Like, it was not even 100 degrees today. Woohoo. But no, my throat is feeling weird. Possibly my ears. I'm not sure. Now I'm gonna have to test tonight because now I'm freaking myself out. Yeah, dude, I missed that 3. I didn't get the 3s out, but I didn't see it that I needed it. But like, y'all ever do that where you like are so scared it's gonna happen, you like give yourself a little symptom, you're like, wait a minute, no, I'm not sick. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, well, so we shall see, because I will be mad. I will be so mad. Let's see. Done a lot of diving thing already. I finished Aries. By the time this goes up, you guys should be seeing the post review of that. I think that went up today, yesterday. And then I finished filming the sealing video because it's the first time I ever tried to seal a canvas. I'd never ran into a canvas where I needed to until that one. So I filmed that process just in case people were interested, or if you were like me and are like, I don't even know what to do or how to do it, and the instructions, I always call instructions destructions, FYI. They never, or they were like so vague. It's like, okay, let's wing it. So I wung it, and it seemed to have worked really well. And I don't remember if the ceiling video goes up before or after this one, but it'll be around the same time, same week, I believe. Oh, I was going to do that number 3 because there was only one of them. Only one of them. I lost it. There it is. I don't even know. No S. Big yawn. What is that? No dots. No bow ties. No triangles. No other triangle. No Minecraft man. H's. There are H's. Come here. Oh, but no, I'm liking this tray. I feel like it does a really good job, and that makes you wonder if they did so good on this size, which is, hold on, let me grab it. Oy. So here's the Muni-Made small tray, and here's the new Diamond Art Club tray, so it's slightly bigger than it. So I'm wondering if they're going to make this size of that tray, because honestly, I would buy that. I would buy it. I'm pretty sure I would buy it. Oh, speaking of buy, so I was a bad girl. You guys have already seen that I purchased Burnt Rose because it's Chris Ortega, and to this date, Steampunk Prowess by Chris Ortega from Diamond Art Club is my favorite canvas ever. 2 years of diamond painting. I started in August of 22, yeah, and I started my channel in 2023. So in the 2 years I've been diamond painting, it is my favorite canvas ever. Favorite. And some of the other Chris Ortegas, I'm like, I didn't really love the artwork, but I love her artwork, but I didn't know if I'd love it as a diamond painting because I'm trying to be more picky. But when Burnt Rose came up, I was like, mine. Broke Nope, I bought it. I did a closer look of that one. It's already up on the channel. And I think she will be making an appearance sooner rather than later because I love all things about her. But I made the mistake of going on Temu the other day because you never know with Temu, and I was bored. I was sitting in the car waiting on Trini to finish up an MRI appointment for her spine or whatever. And I was looking at the budget kits, and there was quite a few that I was like, maybe. And there's some I saw, and I was like, oh, you stolen. You so stolen. I have seen you on a different license place. But there were some that I was like, you might be stock images. Okay. And my crazy butt bought some. I couldn't help it. The budget kits, I've been doing quite a few of them. So, I mean, I have room to store them. Didn't spend a lot of money, and I did this thing where I was trying to make myself not spend over a certain dollar amount and see how much I could get that I actually liked, and I did good. So there'll be a video about that coming soon when they get here. I don't know how soon they'll get here. You know how it is with Temu. Might be here in a week, might be here in a month. Roll the dice, find out. And all I did was order, I think it's 9 diamond paintings. I think they were all little. I don't think I bought anything of any size. Because I have 2 budget kits that are 40 by 50. I have had for over a year. well over a year, that I have not even thought about doing. So I think when we do the behind the scenes lineup video, you'll be seeing those because we will be talking about if I want to do one of those canvases. And I already know like my extra large square drill canvas, and then I figured if I chose one of those larger budget kits, I would do one budget kit instead of two budget kits that month. But we shall see. We shall see. And then I'm trying to do square. Let me try that in English. Square kits by different companies. So I know I kind of want to probably pull another square kit from someone other than Diamond Art Club. But I'm afraid that the only one I have that isn't Diamond Art Club left, because I have not allowed myself to shop in like a while, is a fairly large one. I think it's the message from Greta Lusky from Distracted by Diamonds. And I'm like, oh, do I really want to do two large square diamond paintings? Because that didn't do well for me in July. Oh no. Are those acrylic diamonds? Oh my gosh. Because I swore off acrylic squares after Aries. Oh no. I'll have to look into that. Oh no, that could be a problem. Because, or I could do the technique I was talking about when I was doing the video. I could try to like do a row, seal it, let it cure, go to the next one. Because I honestly think that if I wasn't having, that is a dot. I went right by the dot. I remember now. I think that if I hadn't had to keep replacing the drills over and over and over, I would not have been as mad and frustrated and ready to throw the whole dang thing in the trash. And I didn't want to do it because I loved the image, but it was rough, y'all. It was rough. Cuss words were coming out of my mouth in a very non-pretty way. And there's a little man. I miss the little Minecraft man. Good night. What's wrong? Well, I don't have the light on because when I had the light on, it was giving me a glare. Let's see if I can try it. Can I do the light? Oh, change it to a warm setting. There it is. Maybe if I don't have it. See, no, it's a big glare right here, right? We don't want that. Okay. Okay. So where did the little Minecraft man go? Little Minecraft man was right in front of the H. Okay. I think Trinity called him Minecraft Steve or something. Oh, there's only like 4 of them. Let's see if I can stab and grab it. But let me tell you how excited I was to be doing a round drill kit again, because I was over square drills. But then I busted out the Tea Party by Ivy Dolomar, and oh, guys, here those squares going together so well. And then I've already done 2 sections of, where did he go? Is that not Minecraft Steve? Is that, no, that's Biohazard guy. Is this Minecraft Steve? Nope, it's Biohazard. I'm not it off. I'm like, this seems like it's too pale for right here. Okay, I'll take those 4 off. Put them over here. Where's your glasses, Summer? In my bedroom. Those are the Biohazard. Okay, not Minecraft guy. I wish we were not that close. No ends. No ends. All right, T's. We have T's. Yes, some T's up there. I don't even know what I was talking about. My throat hurts. I don't know if it's indigestion or sore throat. Oh my gosh, eek. The more I talk, the more it hurts. The making me think that that is not indigestion. Oh no, no. I will be livid. No, you're bad. You're a bad drill. Get out. Bum, bum, bum. I don't even know what else I've been talking about. Got so distracted. I honestly am wondering. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We're not going to focus on it. Focus on something happy. Happy is my best friend Ashley and her husband and the rest of her family, like her parents and siblings, all went to Hawaii. And I knew they were going, but I forgot when. And like, so we have like a Life 360 of like, to me, the important people to me. So it's like my circle. And all of a sudden it tells me Ashley has landed at LAX from, where she is up in Washington. And I was like, why did she land in LAX? And so I texted her, I said, excuse me. I go, why did Life 360 just tell me you were on a plane? And she's like, oh, we're going to Hawaii. I go, oh, I forgot. And so, where did it go? And so I laughed. And then the next day, it tells me she landed in, where, Oahu or wherever she went. But it was Hawaii. And it was like, obviously landed in Hawaii. And I was like, oh, I didn't know it was going to tell you where you were flying. Did not know it did that feature. So she's having fun in Hawaii. She said coming from Washington to Hawaii, she said it is so hot. She goes, I just want to go get in the ocean. I was like, I bet. And then there's a new kit over on Rose Profit by Stacy Deal. And it's these two females, women, girls, whatever you call it. And they're sitting like on a cliff's edge overlooking the ocean. And they're like wearing these pretty dresses. It's like their backs are to us, but it reminded me of me and Ashley so much. And I'm like, I was looking at it and I was like, oh man, it's like 70 something dollars. And then I realized, oh wait, that is Australian dollars. Australian dollars. That's like, that's not as expensive as I think it is. I'm like 72 Australian dollars. It's like 40 something American dollars. So we might be buying that soon. We'll see. We shall see. We shall see. I need to make sure I know what's going on with Trinity before I spend any money crazy. But I want it. Oh, it hurts a big yawn. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. I feel like I need to stop this video and go test for COVID. My throat hurts that bad. Hold on. Okay, let's see. Where was I? I think I just done 22, which was V. There's no X. Are there any Y's? There are Y's. Okay. It's so overcast today. Not really overcast. It's so smokecast. I don't know, what do you call that when the smoke layer is ugh. I can't see. Maybe if it's still gonna give us a glare. I can see that way. Maybe if I tilt you guys. Nope, I don't know what to do. Because I can't see to do it without the light on. I'm having major problems. The glare is getting me too. I don't know if it's worse, better. Not either mad. because where I have the recording arm, which holds my light, which I use to diamond paint, is closer than normal because I'm filming. I don't know how to position it where I can have it close enough where y'all can see and it's not giving us a horrible glare. I don't know how yet. I just don't know. I need to like sit around and play with it, but who's got time for that? Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so what else we got going on? I don't know. I feel like my life is nothing but work and diamond painting and Trinity's health. That is the gist of it. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's something. It's something. I need to now, I guess. I'm sitting here worried now because I was thinking, okay, well, the next squares kit I would do would be Distracted by Diamonds because I've done Diamond Art Club, I've done Diamond Painting Shop, Cam Diamond Paintings. Now I pulled in a Jade, and for my Comparing Squares series, I thought, oh, then I'll just do that Distracted by Diamonds one I have. And now I'm sitting here going, do you want to do that to yourself? Do you want to if those are acrylic? Eek. You really like that image. You know, I think that Katie at Diamonds and Washi did that kit a couple years ago. I think she did a post review video on it. So maybe I need to go watch that and see if there was any comments about the drills. She does very detailed post reviews of her kits. Typically, on the ones that she does like a full review, they seem to be quite thorough. To me, this is my hobby. And then making videos just became like another hobby attached to my diamond painting. And it's actually helping me do a lot better about like logging my reading. I'm doing a lot better at tracking things I want to track since I started the channel. And I like that. And so, I just enjoy making the videos. Sometimes I'm like, I don't care if anybody watches it because I like it. I'm not out here trying to be like the Mr. Beast or anything, you know. I'm not ever expecting that. I'm pretty excited with my 500 subscribers. I never thought I'd see 100, so I'll take 550 and do a happy dance because I did. Me and Trinity did. I was super excited. I'm like, I'm on the path to 1,000. I never thought that would happen. I remember I was so just, I never thought. Never thought. And then, like, I was scrolling through YouTube earlier, and like, I saw this video, and I clicked on it because I was like, what the heck is that about, right? And then apparently there was some drama in the community, and I was like, oh no, thank you, Jesus. I don't want to know anything about it. So I just clicked off of it because, no, not in my, you keep your drama over there. I don't want to be involved in any bull. No. I mean, you hear people all the time in this community talking about how nice people are and all that stuff, and I from what I've seen, that is extremely true. But I am not friends with other uh, creators. I that just hasn't happened for me. I'm not saying I wouldn't be. It. I haven't reached out to anyone. No one's really reached out to me. I think I, me and Whitney comment on that's Whitney Diamond Paints. Her and I comment back and forth, but like we don't have like conversations outside of comments. I've had a couple of, you know, I no. Um, and I was a bad girl and screwed up and read the entire book. So I didn't do book club on Tuesday because I was like, I don't want to have to tell them my first time back. I then did it all again because because on book club you're only supposed to read like for this one it was the book Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, and it was free on Kindle, and it was like read the first 11 chapters. Okay, yeah, I forgot the only read the first 11 chapters and read the whole book in a day. And so I was like, God, every time I go to freaking book club, I have to admit I've been a bad girl and read all of it, or I read past where we were supposed to read, so I just didn't go. Nope. I couldn't stop where I didn't even realize where they said to stop that I was there. Does that make sense? And books and diamond painting are life, guys. Books and diamond painting are my life. But I'm excited that I found a new author from it because I thought it was a cute little book. And then I was on Audible because I was like, I'm still going through, I'm almost to the end of rereading the In Death series. The In Death series is, or the Eve Dallas series by J.D. Robb, which is the pseudonym for Nora Roberts, is like a futuristic homicide, a female homicide detective. Like in 2059, I think is when they started. Now, like we're at 60 something. I don't know, but like it's been like 2 books a year for forever. I think book 59 released earlier this year, and book 60 is coming out in September, maybe. I don't know. It's pre-purchased. It will just boop in my Audible when when it's time. I just pre-order those because I know I'm going to get them. So I just pre-order and they just magically appear when they're available. Um, so I was still reading those, but I needed a moment, and so I went and I was looking at what was in the Audible Plus catalog, and I was surprised that quite a few of the Kay Scarpetta books by Patricia Cromwell are free on Audible. Well, at least with Audible Plus. I was like, hey. So the first one, which is Postmortem, I started that because I'm like, I don't think I've read Postmortem since high school. Like, really, high school, I think, is when I read that one. And like, the way I got introduced to the series was I think my first one was from Potter's Field. So whenever that one came out, I didn't realize it was part of a series, and I ended up with it. I don't even know how I ended up with it, but I was like, "This is good stuff, Maynard," and so I was like super excited to see that I could listen to those for freebies. Not all of them, and like I guess From Potter's Field isn't available in audiobook format, and I'm not sure why. So we shall see. But then I don't know if I told you guys this, but La Fée, which is the second or sequel book to Morgan Is My Name by Sophie Keach, finally did come out. And I am not sure how I feel about it. It was a very good book. It's very well written. I'm angry. And I understand that the whole point of the book is this kind of okay. So if you're unfamiliar with the books, They're basically the retelling of the story of Morgan Le Fay, um, which in Arthurian legend is King Arthur's half sister. And this is basically the take on her perspective. And so it's kind of like a retelling for people who are familiar with Camelot and Arthurian legend, um, of why she became the villain she's typically portrayed as. And it reminds me of how they did the Maleficent movies, where it explains why Maleficent became Maleficent. You know, it's given that kind of vibe. And because let me tell you, I'm big mad. I'm not mad at the author. I'm mad at the events that took place, and my heart wasn't ready for it. And I don't want to say anything in case anyone wants to read it, but I mean, it was done well. But I was like screaming at the book, and I'm like, it's Audible, so I can't throw the book. Back when I used to, like, everything I read was like an actual book, like you hold it in your handbook. When I'd get mad, I'd throw them. Well, I can't do that when I'm reading them on, Kindle or listening to the audio book. I'm like, well, I have no way to release that aggression. But like my kids would be like, "Uh-oh, mom's mad at her book again," because it'd just go flying through the living room. And I'd sit there and just stare at it for a while, and I'd get up and go pick it up and go back to reading. It's like I was punishing the book or something. I remember there was one that when I was married, I threw it so hard, and I was just letting it sit there. And my husband at the time looked at me. He goes, "So, is it not coming out of timeout?" I'm like, "No, it's not coming out of timeout. I'm mad." And he goes, it sat there for like 5-10 minutes now. And I'm like, it's gonna sit there longer than that. And like I didn't pick it up for 2 days, and I told everybody, don't touch it. It just leave it be. And I just walk by and just stare at it. And I would be so mad. I don't remember what book it was, but like I was so offended. Like offended. But it was one of those things where you're so invested into it, you can't just stop. But I wasn't ready to deal with it again. um, I'm very big into reading, if you didn't know. Now that I have this wonderful combination of I can diamond paint and listen to my books, because when I first tried to do audiobooks, I couldn't for the life of me do an audiobook. If I'm not doing something with my hands and I turn on an audiobook, I'm going to take a nap. Just take it to the bank. I'm going to take a nap. It just doesn't work for me. But if I'm working, like cleaning, or I can't, like, no, I say working, like if I'm doing like some kind of work, like if I'm diamond painting, if I'm driving, if I'm doing some, like if I'm cleaning the house, if I'm doing the dishes, if I'm making food, or but I can listen to an audiobook. But I cannot listen to an audiobook if I have to use my brain to like do logic. I cannot listen to a brain and like update um the, any accounting books. No, everything will be wrong. I cannot listen to an audiobook and oh no, if it requires like my brain to function, no, no audiobook at the same time. Everything will be wrong. I will make mistakes. It's a bad plan. It's a bad plan. It says I do not have COVID. Okay. Mercy, mercy, mercy. But yeah, I'm a book nerd. It's my thing. But I've always been into books. Like And when I was young, when I got in trouble, my parents would take my books away. Like, what? Who does that? But they knew that that's what would upset me the most, was to take my books away. And I'd be like, but, not my toys. No, they took my books. Rude. Oh, mercy. I'm getting hot, but I don't have the fan out. And I don't want to have to go get the fan. So the fan is not on. So I'm getting hot. I'm getting tired. I think I'm hungry. I feel like I'm a little bit whiny today. I don't know why. I think it's partly because I'm like, oh man, Trent and I are exposed to COVID. That sucks. And then the party was canceled, and I was looking forward to seeing a lot of family. And then I did so much work on trying to figure out her referrals, and I had to just think I'm just bombed out. And my dang dogs are losing their dang mind, and I don't know why. But they have been barking crazy. It could be the boat guy. The guy with the boat with the cat. I really don't like him. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think. So, question from my viewers. Oh, we did. There's a photo poll up on the community tab. Due to what happened with Mermaid Princess by Sarah Mustafa from Diamond Art Club, and me not really being happy with the finished result, I have two other Sarah Mustafa kits in my stash. I have Daydreaming and Under the Sea, and those were released at a later date than Mermaid Princess. So the current plan, but they're not the newest Sarah Mustafa releases. So my current plan is to have you guys vote on which of those two, because those two came out Thanksgiving weekend of 2023. So I'm going to do one of those two based on the vote. I think at last check, Under the Sea was winning. So if that's not the one you want to see, you need to go vote. And then I'm going to order a 2024 or newer release of a Sarah Mustafa. And we're going to do a comparison series of those, because I was somewhat startled, confused, perplexed at how dark her hair came out. Like, I felt like it was much darker than in the original artwork. I felt like didn't like it. I did not like it at all. So I need to find out if it was a one-off or if I just don't like the way they render her artwork, because that's a possibility. It's very much a possibility that I just don't like the way they're rendering her artwork. And then I keep telling myself that I need to do another Mandy Manzano. Oh, I had the Mandy Manzano cross-stitch conversion kit, because the first time I did a Mandy Manzano, I was not a fan. Not a fan. But like I've said previously, it was a very small kit, so I don't know if it was a size issue. Like, I don't know how to explain that. Like if it was too small, that it didn't like the rendering because of the image was too small with the pixelated. Because like I have bought like the paint gems and the smaller little small kits, and I am not a real big fan of the smaller pixelated stuff. Like I did that one little bitty one from Temu. It was like a 15 by 20 or something. It was like little. And it turned out really cute and not as pixelated as I thought it would be. And it was in rounds. So I was like, whoa, I'm not mad at this. But I mean, and then there's other images that 30 by 40 or 50 by 70 that no, it just doesn't translate well over to a diamond painting for some reason for me. So, I don't even know where I was going with that. What was I talking about? Why was I talking about paint gems? I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with the whole conversation. I think I'm overtired. Why would I have talked about paint gems? What was I talking about? I was talking about the Ceramics of Manny Manzano. Okay. So I said Manny Manzano. Oh, about the size of the depiction. So I'm not a fan of those small kits, like the paint gems. Um, I've done a couple of the little canvases, and now those kind of stay around. So like if someone comes around, like I gave the houseplant edition after I did one or two to Trinity's friend Deanna because she likes plants. And then the rainbow one I just leave around. So like around the house, if someone shows up and wants to try it out, they're not messing with my canvas because there ain't no reason to make me crazy. I'm just not a fan. So I'm not sure if the reason I didn't like that Mandy Manzano kit was because of the size or if I just didn't like the way, because like, I don't know. I feel like I need to do another one of those, but is it fair to judge the artwork on a cross stitch conversion, which is going to be more work? I don't know. I need to think about it. I've had the cross stitch conversion kit kitted up for a year. Been kitted up for a year. There's not a single drill put down. So, and like I had to buy a special like one of those like I call them the suitcase storages to hold all of the drills because there's so many colors. I haven't done it. And that kit is probably one of my most expensive kits to date. And I'm like, what are you doing, crazy lady? I haven't done it. Oh, goodness. I wonder if I should do some other community votes prior to filming my behind the scenes like lineup picking video so I have some more input from you guys before I think things to death. I just saw this. Where did they go? Don't know. Because like this month, I feel like I kind of did myself a disservice, but in a good way. So this month, I am absolutely in love with every single canvas in my lineup. All 6 of them are like, yep, oh no. I didn't mean to do that. All 6 canvases are like ones I have looked forward to for a while. And that means that the ratio of love versus versus oh my god, why did I buy that kits have changed. It's like previously I was trying to, make it more even, so like finishing or working on one I didn't like so much helped, what do you call that, motivate me to, I don't know what I'm saying. I was trying to like motivate myself by, if you do this one you don't really want to do, you get to do this one you do, type thing. And then this month I was like, screw it. If you keep getting up and trying to work on kits you don't like, that is how you ended up with the WIP graveyard. And if you're new here and you're not sure what the WIP graveyard is, the WIP graveyard is what I call the box, where I put canvases that at some point in the process I said no, and they're just partially done. And it could be they have 1 section, 2 sections to done to almost completely done, but I just said no, I don't want to work on this anymore. And that's where WIPs go to die. But I decided that that was not best use of my monies and time and all that stuff. So in May, when I came back to diamond painting, I had not diamond painted for like 8 months just due to life. When I came back in May, I made myself the first kits I worked on. I had to finish up some of my WIPs from the WIP graveyard. And I did it. I think I did 5 or 6 WIPs from the WIP graveyard. Well, now I've decided there's only currently 5 WIPs in the WIP graveyard. 5. And in November, it's going to be my own little no start November. And I have to finish all the WIPs in the WIP graveyard and like not. How did I miss that one? And like I have to not have a WIP graveyard anymore, because I think in May I had like 10 or 11 kits in the WIP graveyard. And that was too much. If you start thinking about it, and if you've watched my video of the monies, of how much money I spent, if you average that every kit you buy, if it's not budget, the average premium kit, like after you do points, and when I averaged mine, it was an average of $50 a canvas, roughly. So if you think there are 10, just say I had 10 kits in the WIP graveyard, that's $500. $500 sitting in the WIP graveyard. I missed more. I feel dumb. Anyway, I can't see with the light the way it is, but I'm the best I can with what I got. Ah, mercy. But y'all were sitting there going, you missed them. You missed them, Summer. You missed them. Sorry. I'm having a hard time seeing. Typically, I have the recording arm, which is also a ring light, up higher into the left, coming in at an angle to give me more light when I'm diamond painting. And that way I don't have a glare, because it's not directly onto the canvas. But to record, it has to be basically directly over the canvas. If I turn the ring light on, it's no good. I've seen other people like where they do different angles of their WIP and jets. Maybe I will try a different angle next week. Oh, guys, August goal. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for my August goal? I'm not. I am not ready for it. My August goal is I have to do one WIP and chat a week. WIP and chats for me are the hardest videos to film. Hardest. And I don't ever know what to say. I don't know what things you guys would be interested in knowing about or hearing about. I feel like I never know what to say. And people are unmoving. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Trinity had to check on me. She goes, "Are you done filming yet?" Nope. Are you done needing to go to the hospital yet? Nope. I fill in these ones I forgot. I think I have been talking for forever. I do. I feel like I've been talking for absolute forever. I do not like the fact that in this section here, we have the caret, which is this one I'm about putting the thing on it, and the check marks. That's very hard for my little old eyes. Very hard for my little old eyes. Okay, so where are we at now? We don't have that. Is it the A? Do we have any of the lowercase a? I see 3 over there. Is that it? No, there's some through here. Okay. But like I don't know what, I have no idea if anything I say could or would be considered interesting by other people. I don't know what things you'd want to know about. Um, I don't know if you want me to talk about like great books I read this week. There's typically a lot. I don't know if you want to know about my other hobbies. I don't know if you want to know. I don't know. And I feel like it's weird. It's can be really uncomfortable for me to have a one-way conversation. And that is basically what a WIP and chat feels like. I'm talking to myself. And I have to be very careful because when I typically talk to myself, I am having like conversations with myself. Like if you watched my behind the scenes filming a video earlier in July, and like I forget that the camera cannot hear the things inside my head. So that I'll be trying to have this conversation, but I only say it 1 or 2 sentences when I've thought 4, and then I'll jump ahead. And so I'm trying to work on that. My brain goes a lot faster than my mouth, and my mouth goes fast. So that's scary. Think on that for a minute. I talk really fast. I know I have a tendency to talk fast. I've been trying extremely hard, whether you're aware of it or not, to try to speak slower. It is difficult for me. It is extremely difficult for me. Because my brain's just going boom, 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 boom. And my mouth is trying to just keep up with it. And it doesn't work well for me. It doesn't work out well for me. And then I didn't notice it until after I started doing the YouTube channel. I have a tendency to repeat myself. Like I'll say something and then I'll say it again. Like if I say, I love it, I just love it. And I'm like, what? Why you gotta say it 2, 3 times? Chill. And I think we're our own worst critics. So that doesn't help. And when you're doing videos, it's like you're filming it. So you've heard it that time, right? You've heard what you said while you're filming. And then you have to go back editing and edit the video. So then you're like, okay, and you're hearing it again. And then I like to make sure that after I've edited the video and I've uploaded that there weren't any problems. So I like do another quick, I don't know what just happened. So I do another quick run through of it. And so by the time it's like ready to go, I've heard it 3 or 4 times, if not more, if I was having trouble during the editing stage. So I'm even more critical of myself by that point because of the repeat. I don't know. So, anyways, I'm not going to get this square finished, or rectangle, I should say, finished. And it's well over an hour. So I'm going to call it because I'm hot. I'm tired. I think I need something to eat. I think that'll make me feel better. I might be hangry. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all so very much. If you'd be so kind as to boop my snoot. If you're new here, that just means hit the like button. It's a quick, free, easy way for you to support the channel, and I think you're awesome when you do so. Also, feel free to share this video with anyone you think might enjoy it. I promise I won't be mad at you. And then comment. Let's leave a kitty emoji if you made it to the end, since there's a kitty in this kit. To let me know you made it to the end if you don't want to like actually comment. If you do want to comment and answer any of the crazy questions I've asked you, I'd appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind going over there and voting for which Sarah Mustafa kit you want on the community tab, I'd appreciate that. And there might be some more poll questions going up prior to me filming the behind the scenes video again. So if you see those, feel free to vote on those as well. I appreciate the feedback and the data. And let's see. If you haven't done so already, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. It's also quick, easy, and free. I appreciate y'all. You're awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I love you. Bye-bye.